All right, the series seems to be perfect for Ferraris because Ferraris are known for braking. I'm not going to consider maintenance items like oil leaks or anything like that where the car's still drivable as braking. Ferraris are pretty good at leaving you stranded, and that's where we talk about broken car. Now, the 360s, 430s had a bit, and I don't know about previous generations, had a big problem when it gets really cold outside, the door locks freeze, so you can't get in the car. The only way to get in is to pour boiling water, which, depending on where you are, you don't have access to boiling water, onto the door locks to get them to eventually thaw out and open up. Sort of a pain in the butt. Those same door locks also pose a problem to me last summer because I've got the two 360s. The first one, the 360, when the window went bad, the door lock went bad on the other side. Happens, part goes bad over time, no big deal. Coincidentally, that's the same week that I was shipping it out to my blue one out to Colorado for adventure drives. Just put a new clutch in. Mechanic said, here you go, open the door. I go in, shut it, door lock stopped working. So then I shipped the car out to Denver and had to have Ferrari of Denver take the car apart, get in the door, and fix that so we could actually use it for the trip. So a fairly common problem, obviously, if I have two cars and they both happen to break door locks on the same week. Very weird problem to have. The 360 needed both of them at the same time. The 360 Spider only needed the driver's side. So that was a frustrating problem. Other times when cars break, you saw my video I previously made where the sensor thinks that the door is open or the trunk is open or anything is open. With a paddle shift transmission, it won't allow you to go in the gear. That I consider broken. When a sensor breaks, it's a big headache. So now you're stuck on the side of the road because you have a broken sensor. Luckily, I was able to get that car out of my garage in Florida because I was able to rig it up with some tape to close the sensor to make it think. And to be fair, that sensor didn't go bad. I did a bad job installing the challenge grille, but I have had it happen before where the sensors go bad on the trunk or anything else. It thinks something is open and it won't allow you to go into gear, throws you into neutral. Very frustrating. Again, you're standing on the side of the road saying, help, I have a broken Ferrari, but it looks cool. So another thing that goes bad on Ferraris, and it sort of creates a wake of craziness in its path, is these, which are engine mounts. And these are what the engine is attached to the car with. Now, as you can see, if I just remove this, they literally shear apart. Like they go to crap real quick. This is a pair of engine mounts that was on a Ferrari 360 or 430, I don't remember which one. But this is a common problem. Now, okay, engine mounts go bad. They go bad on all cars, but it usually takes a lot longer for them to go bad on other cars. So there's enough vibration in the engine that causes the engine mounts to go bad. And what's the worst that happens? Well, I'll tell you. The side mirrors rattle loose. I'm still talking primarily 360 and 430 because the cars have gotten a lot better with the 458. The mirrors rattle loose. The headers crack, and the headers are expensive. They're $4,500 a side, so that's a $9,000 fix. And for 8 or 9 years, I think there were 10 years even, they were always warranted through Ferrari. So even if you have a 2007, 2008 car, they still were warranting headers even up to last year. And then the taillights shake out on the 430s, not the 360s. Taillights, and a bunch of you guys out there have gotten them as signed gifts from Rob Ferretti. I've sent you a Ferrari taillight because they just happen to fall off all the time. So all of these things happen from essentially the engine mounts going bad because the car vibrates. All really weird problems to actually have. So there's the less common problems now. Let's go back and check out this video clip. This is where we were renting a car to a customer. It was a 360 Spider, was driving through Manhattan, and you've all heard of hitting a pothole and maybe bubbling a tire, bending a wheel, scraping a bumper. How about snapping the wheel off the car? That's not supposed to happen. I want to see the pothole that did that. Yeah. Where is that pothole? It can't be far away because this doesn't happen 6 miles later.
So he tells me then, these were his words. He goes, I hit a pothole. And then I thought I bent the wheel, and then I must have hit, and the direct quote is, then I guess I must have hit another pothole. That was his exact words. So he pulls into the parking spot, and he goes, and as I'm pulling into the parking spot, I hear a sound. I say, what could that sound be?
The frame dragging the ground?
It could be, perhaps.
This is why you always purchase the optional rental insurance.
Non-existent optional rental insurance.
Optional rental insurance.
What do you rent?
There you go, guys. And good news is for the rest of the day, this car's half off. Hey.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty bad. The wheel fell off the car. That sucks. You can't go anywhere, you're standing next to a shiny piece of art. What happens when it's not so shiny anymore? This next clip is probably the worst case scenario for a Ferrari owner. It's when your car catches fire. And I'd like to say it's an uncommon thing, but it's actually a little bit more common than you could imagine. If you go check out wreckedexotics.com, you'll see many, many, many photos of Ferraris on fire. And not just Ferraris, happens to all, the best of us, but Ferraris seem to have a knack about catching fire. Our Ferrari 360 is currently in flames on the side of the highway. Here, I think it's on the traffic
Now for
report.
traffic and transit on the ones. Here's Bill Gagan.
All right, heading eastbound LIE back into the northern state and the northern state back into the LIE. It's a slow go because of a collision. Watch out with the Palisades Interstate Parkway. It's closed southbound between exits 7 and 6E because of a car fire. Then they're working on a downed tree by 6S.
Oh my God.
On our bar.
So there you have it. Now you may be asking yourself, why do people keep buying Ferraris if they're such chunks of crap? The answer is, it's love. Because if you ever drive a Ferrari and you've ever owned a Ferrari and you've ever experienced it, it's such a glorious experience that when it works, it's perfect, which is why people are willing to put up with the downside. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.